farmers, it's Friday the 12th of April and we're back with some mods. So first up is American Water Tower. This is by Squiggles, 4.28 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and containers. So there it is, 1200 to buy, and obviously it's a water tower. So you come up to it there, obviously fill up your tank, whatever's going on there. I mean, you can sort of climb the ladder at the back, but you get to the top and then you just fall off. So it's probably not recommended, but oh, it's fairly big. And obviously American, so it's got a bald eagle on top, but yeah, it's alright. Right, next up is Rent Your Stable. This is by Farmer 5 Tom, 42.2 megabyte on the download, and this is a great idea. So in the construction menu and under productions and generators, we have got quite a few different options on this. So we'll go to the first one, there you are. So we have got car storage space, we then got gardening and landscaping, we then got gaming room, we've got hobby workshop. We then come down to this one, which is interior rental, carpentry even. We then got warehouse. We then got large car park. We then got car park. We then come down to the next one, which is gardening and landscaping. We then got firewood storage area, small playground, van parking space. We'll come down to these down the bottom, selling area of the Hortzman Tree Nursery, planting area of the Hortzman Tree Nursery, and the last one to finish off, recycling centre. Now, obviously, as we've had a look through all those, you may have noticed that they've got different outputs, well, different incomes, because obviously these are generators. They're going to generate money for you, and the whole idea behind these is they're going to give your farm some money. So maybe not the outside ones, but particularly this batch over here. If you've got a shed like we've got over here, yeah, you can rent out your shed. That's sort of what the name of the mod sort of gives it away. So we've gone and got the van parking space, some other car park, and then we've got, was it the carpentry one? Yeah, this whole setup here probably going to make me over £5 a month. That's all right. Obviously, if you wanted to expand it a little bit more, it's a bit more outside decoration. These look ace. I mean, it's like, even the detail of them is brilliant. I mean, that you got the Hortzman there, and the details of the foliage on the flowers. Oh, I like it. I mean, why not get, if you've got a restaurant, right? Here's an idea for you. You got a restaurant. Put one of these down by the side of it, and you've got the kids' play area. Whilst you're having a meal, they can have a little bit of a play around. Oh, that is ace. Right, next up is Old Polish Garage. This is by Michu77, 18.27 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and sheds, as the name would suggest. Right, so we'll scroll along to find it. There you are, £35 to place down, and it's an old shed. But to be fair, it looks used. Yeah, the detail on the walls and on the doors as well. Got a bit of mud splashed up. Yeah, that looks ace. I mean, it just fits in with an old shed. You know, nobody really paints the inside of sheds, though, do they? They just leave it to get dirty. Oh, that looks ace. I'm sticking with the Polish style for the next one. So this is Small Polish House. This is by Squashing, 13.64 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under farmhouses, as you can well imagine. So there it is, £25 to place down. And whilst you can't go inside it, so technically it is a decorative sleep trigger for you, it looks ace. I mean, the top half, if you can get the light to get on it properly, it's got like a glossy look to it. That is ace. Next up is Metal Garage. This is by ICAS, 6.21 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it in the construction menu and, as you can imagine, under buildings and sheds. Now, this has got a little trick up its sleeve, because it's got a blue roof at the minute, and you're thinking, oh, I don't want a blue roof. Well, you can change the colour. There's quite a few to choose from, and if you go far enough along, got a pink roof. Oh, Barbie shed all day long. Right, so you can open up all these doors. You open up the side door like that, no problem. Open up that one, and then that one there. Plenty of space inside, nicely detailed. Obviously the framework inside's all right. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Three-Sided Farm Pack. This is by Bernie S, 33.4 megabyte on the download, and despite what the name says, they've all got 4 sides, and some have got more, to be fair. So, in a construction menu, and the first one is going to be under farmhouses. So 50 grand to place down, jobs are good. We then come up to this one, which is going to be under sheds. So we'll scroll along the end to find that one. They are 15 grand to place down, that's your shed. And then we've got the next two, which is actually going to be under silos. Yeah, so we have got this one here, which is going to be 35 grand, shed and farm silo, 2 million litre capacity. We then got this one here, which is a bale and pallet storage, 250 pieces. We then come to this one, which is actually going to be under productions. So we'll go into there and scroll along to the end for this one. There we are, 15 grand to place down. That's going to be a silage maker. So straw, chaff, grass and hay going in, get silage out, no problem. And then the last one is a little bit of a secret one, because the website didn't mention this, but it is here anyway. This is going to be under animals and cows. 80 grand to place down, 80 cows going in. And the theme for these buildings is ace. I mean, I don't know what it is. You know, it's like the Hessian farm buildings, that sort of thing. I mean, that comes from the same modder as well, I think. Yeah, that sort of style. I mean, you got your wardrobe trigger just there for you. And we'll come around here. And where's the sleep trigger? There you are. There's a sleep trigger right there for you. And we're back out of that. And we've got this shed here. It's sort of like an L-shaped building. So you open up that door. And that's got 2 doors that go into it there. I mean, this door opens up. You've got another little compartment you can put some stuff in. Then you got the L-shaped bit there. Fair enough. And then we'll come out of there and we've got the silo. So we'll open up these doors here. So open up that one like that. So there's your taking out point. Obviously drive-through option on the go. We'll open up this door. We've got your loading in point. And, right, we haven't finished yet. Come up this ladder like that. There we are. So then come around here. Got a little bit of a hayloft. Oh, yes. And there's something I'm going to be showing you a little bit later on. We're going to be using, which is that over there. It works perfectly with this. It really does. And then we'll come along to the next one, which is going to be your bale and pallet storage. Now, I placed this building the wrong way around, to be fair, because the trigger's out the back or out the front if you placed it the right way around. So you got your loading in point just there, taking out point just there. Again, a little bit of a hayloft on the go up the top there, not a problem. And then to finish it off, we'll come out the back, out the front. We've got these loading in, loading out for your silage making. Now, there is no production chain menu, so you will need to go into it from the main menu like that. So grass, hay, chaff and straw, 1,000 in, 1,000 out, no problem. And over here is going to be your cows. So open up that door. Bit of a storage area for you, must admit. And then come in, you've got your feed and your straw going into there. We'll open up that door. We'll hook a left. Animal dialogue box. Milk taking out point for you. Now, I placed this down. This is in a field that's got grass all the way across it. And it has sort of took the grass out. You may want to paint a bit of meadow down anyway, just to, give it that sort of feel. And then down here is your slurry taking out point. Yeah, I mean, I like these buildings. It does give like a rustic farm look. Oh, very nice. Right, next up is multi-purpose sheds. This is by Flint Town Modding, 1.34 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them in a construction menu and under buildings and containers. So we've got these here. So first off, we've got salt shed. We've then got sugar beet shed, wood chip shed, stone shed, lime shed, and then on the end, potato shed. Now, what these are basically buy points. So obviously, whichever one you've gone for, you can then come down and buy that specific thing from it. Now, I know we've got the multi-fruit buying silo and other buying options, but if you was going to go down the immersive route, more real world, you're going to buy it in bulk. You're going to store it in something like this. Keep the rain off it. Keep it out of the weather. So that could be more realistic for you. I mean, you come down here, you got your stones and you got your lime and potatoes. Lumps of potato, piles of potatoes, under storage, jobs are good un. Oh, very nice. Right, next up is Earth Fruit Storage. This is by SPK, 9.94 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in a construction menu and under buildings and silos. Now, this is interesting. I know we've had silos before for root crops and whatever, but this, it really does play into the whole immersiveness of it all. So 250,000 litre capacity. Yeah, on that side and that side, because you can hold two things. So this is what I mean about the immersiveness. Obviously, this is going to be your earth crops, so your potatoes, and if you've got the premium expansion, you know, your carrots, your red beets, your parsnips, I forgot which one was in there, and like your sugar beets, that sort of thing. But normally, in real life, you wouldn't be able to store all those in one silo all at once. So this sort of like gives it a little bit more realism. Now, you can store 500,000 litres of one thing, obviously split over two different areas, or you could store like 250,000 litres of carrots, or you could store 250,000 litres of red beets at the same time. And then once you've emptied them, obviously you can just put any of the root crops back in, no problem. Yeah, that adds a bit more realism to your farm, I must admit. So obviously you got your loading in point down there, then we'll come around the back like that, and there's your taking out point. I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't make it easier, it makes it more realistic. Ah, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lizard Hydroglide XL header storage system. This is by Superfly 1842, 0.71 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them in a construction menu and under buildings and tools. So we'll scroll back along a touch to find these. There you are. So we've got two versions. We've got an XL version for obviously your bigger headers, and then we've got an L version for your slightly smaller ones. 12.5 grand, 17.5 grand. Fairly simple. Now, when it comes to it, this is ace, I must admit. So you've got rack 1 at the top, rack 1 at the bottom. You then rack 2 at the bottom, sorry. You then got trigger 1 there, and then trigger 2 there. So if you want to, say, put a header onto number 2, so the second row, we'll come over to there like that. So you get the option, rack 2, B. Lowers it down. You then come in with your harvester, put your header on, no problem. Come up to that, and then raise it up. Oh, fair enough. Now, if you want to get to the top one, this is where it comes a little bit interesting. So I've made a little bit of a test on the go just there, because you need to lower number 1. And when you come to lower number 1, it lowers number 2 as well. Yeah, so I'm just wondering what's going to happen to the bottom one, to the one that's on number 2 rack, when we lower number 1 over there. Yeah, we'll have a little look. Now, you have got the option. You come over to this menu here, and you got there, emergency stop. Yeah, it has a bit of a... it has a bit of a wobbler. And then it sort of disappears. Well, we'll do reset again. Is that going to put it back? Come on. Emergency stop and reset. Yeah, I think I broke it. Oh, there we are. It's got a bit of a delay on it, mind you. Right, so moment of truth then. Obviously, if we've got 1 on the top and we've got 1 in the middle, what's going to happen to the one in the middle when we get number 1 down? Or do we need to unload him first? Do we need to get number 2 out first before we can get to number 1? That's the question in hand. Right, so let's come up to it. So rack 1. Here we go. So number 2's on the bottom now. Oh. It's popped it out the back. It sort of squished it into the ground and then put it out to the side. Well, at least you don't lose it. It doesn't fly off across the map, which I was expecting, mind you. But it's probably best to unload it first, then get number 1 down. But still, I like that. That is all right. Right, next up is the Quivone APX RS. This is by Matteo 40 and Nikudu 55. 9.75 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under disc arrows. Now, this requires 120 horsepower from your tractor, 4.4 meter working width, 8 mile an hour working speed, 24,800 to buy. There is no options. Yeah, simple disc harrower. Obviously, it's going to fold out when you get to your field. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is the 770. This is by Hungry Bull, 17.96 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under disc arrows. Now, not a 770, the Case IH 770. 180 horsepower engine, 6.2 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 9,900 to buy. Then you've got the option of wheel brands, so Trelleborg, BKT, or Trelleborg. Then you've got US rims or Hungarian rims. Then we come down to the decals. You've got US IH decal, US Case IH decal, Hungarian IH, Hungarian Case IH, then back to the US. Then we've got the option of wheel lifting cylinders. So if we spin up like that, see like the hydraulic bar on the left-hand side there, you have 1 or 2. Entirely up to you. Then you come down to your main colour. So you go for whichever one you like. It's obviously going to do your main colour. You then got your spring colour. And this is the spring. Sort of like goes all the way along the discs, pretty much. So we'll go for a blue, so we can see it. So it goes along there. Oh, it's the only bit it goes along. So it's just one spring there. I swear earlier on that it went along the back. All right, fair enough. Just a spring there. Oh, the problem, I mean, that looks all right, though. I mean, if you've got a case farm, yeah, this will fit in nicely. Right, next up is Bale Conveyor Belt. This is by Bernie Esks and Silent Modding. 2.55 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under belt systems. Now, if you've ever seen Farm Sim League, where they chuck bales onto one of these and into the sell point, you can now do the same. 3 mile an hour is its driving speed. No, advise against it. Yeah, if you look there, right, it's got wheels on the back. Great. It's got no wheel on the front. You can't steer it. Yes, you need to put it in position first with your tractor. So 1,020 to buy. You've got the main colour option. You go for whichever one you want. Changes the main colour. So, at the shed that we had earlier on from the farm pack, I think that's by Bernie Esks as well. So this should fit in nicely. Two of the mods from the modder. There we are. So if we put it about, if we line it up right, I mean, I would happen to have a big tool tractor that I can't see where I'm going. So sort of like that. There you are. Right. So back it right up. There you are. That should be it. Right. So detach that. Move my tractor out of the way. And then we come round and start it up because obviously it's got an engine. Fair enough. Then we want to do L, B and A. Unfold it so it takes the hitch away. Then we'll do L, B and right stick up and down. Yeah. Can we move it a little bit closer, or is it going to go off to the side? What about if we unfold it? No, it's going to go right to the side, isn't it? Oh, I'm underneath it. That's why. Right, let's get out. That should work. But we're going to find out anyway. So L, B and X, turn it on. Right. Right, so it's running. Right, so let's go get a bale. Here we are. One I handily placed earlier. So collect that like that. Come over to it like that. There you are. And then we'll come and chuck it on. Like so. Alright, maybe place it on a little bit better. There you are. Oh, that's awesome. I'm not sure if I've placed it in the right position, mind you, but oh, it has. It's all right. That is all right. So then once you're up there, obviously just chuck your bales around. Oh, that's ace. That is ace. I mean, if you don't like using a front lifter, front loader, or whatever for getting your bales up to a hayloft, get one of these. That's awesome. Right, next up is the John Deere 627C. This is by Agrotono, 9.57 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under corn headers. Now, this has got a 13.4 meter working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, 84 grand. I will say this, 13.4 meters, that's rather wide, and it's not like the Capello Quasar ones that fold up either, so you are going to need some sort of header trailer if you're using this, but no problem. You then got lights, so we'll spin it around. Put those on the back, yes or no. Main colour is going to be your main colour, so why not? Pink John Deere header. Oh, fair enough. And to go with that John Deere header, we've got the John Deere S7, also by Agrotono, 43.55 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this and the next one under harvesters, because it's a pack of two. So we've got the S7 600. Now this starts off with 382 horsepower engine, 8,800 litre capacity on the grain tank. That capacity will then go up to 14,100, or you can go for the bigger engine, 460 horsepower to 617 S7 700 900. That's what we're going to go for. So let's go for the big one. So it starts off with 460 horsepower engine, 10,600 litre capacity on the grain tank, 272 grand. We then got a few different options. So we can have the 10,600 with arches, with the tarp, with just a straight whatever holder. Yeah, we'll go with that. We can then go with arches again, which actually puts up to 12. Saying that, right, with the arches there, it's 10,600. 10,000 with the top. Now, there we are. So we go for that one. It's like a grain extender, puts up to 12,600. Then carry on. So we've got arches, tarp, and then extended puts up to 15,700. Then we've got 14,100. Then we've got arches again, tarp again. Then we go up to 17,200 with the biggest extension on it. And then we've got a folder which puts it down to 14,100. Then we're back to the original. So the biggest one isn't the last one. It's like 4 from the end. I've gone past it. Next one. Come on. There you are. So that's the biggest one. 17,200. That didn't go up in an easy way, I must admit. So you then got the engine set up. So 460, 540, 617, then back to 460. Then got Continental, Michelin, Trelleborg, Lizard, then back to Continental. Now you have got some crawler tracks in here. So you've got some normal ones, got some wider ones as well. Front signalling. So we've got signal bar, reflective signalling 2, or back to standard. Numbers go from 1 all the way up to number 9. Rear signalling, you then got triangle, signal bar and triangle, reflective signalling and triangle, and then back to standard. We then come to the chipper, so we've got model 1, 2, 3, and then back to 1. We then come to warning stickers. Now these are just above the rear wheel. So you've got with or without. And there's some other warning stickers knocking around, to be fair. You then got exhaust. So we've got the top like that. There we are. So standard, model 1, model 2, or back to standard. Then come down to window films. It's going to be the tint on the windows. So we've got smoke 1, smoke 2, smoke 3, and then back to standard. Then you've got monitors. Now these are just going to be for aesthetics. So you've got monitor G4. This is going to be inside your cab. Then you've got G5, G4 and GPS, G5 and GPS, or back to the original one. Then you've got rear gauge, which is actually the width of the axle on the back. So you've got standard, 3.22, 3.32, 3.42, 3.52, 3.62, 3.72, 3.84, and then back to standard. So 3.84 is going to be your widest version. You then got pipe. Now we've got a few options on this as well, a few lengths and a few different variations. So the 3 lengths are going to be 6.9, 7.9 and 8.9. So that's the 3 different lengths you can get. You can then get all 3 of those with an adjustable end. And you can also get all 3 of those with a foldable part. You can also get all 3 of those lengths with an adjustable and foldable part. And then you can also get in just the standard if you like. So the probably best one, if you've got a wide header on, especially that 13-meter one we've just seen, probably the adjustable nozzle on the end with the foldable bit. It just makes reversing it a lot easier. And that being said though, that's a nice harvester. Right, next up is the Lizard 608D. This is by Kohler, 28.15 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find this and the backs to this in a few different places. So come down to your mods and DLCs. So first up, your truck. 85 horsepower engine, 49 mile an hour top speed, 28 grand to buy. You then got the emblem. So we'll zoom in a little. So that's that 608D there. So we've got a white with a black outline. We then got a straight black, a straight white, or then the black and white version. We then got wheel setup. So we've got standard, standard 2, design 1, design 1, 2, and then back to standard. I like those white walls. That is old. I mean, this is an old style truck. It reminds me of like a program that used to be on in the UK called Heartbeat. Sort of like set back in the 60s. Yeah, that sort of thing. Decorative sash. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then nothing. PX antenna. So we've got design 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which actually puts them on the wings, which I think is a lot better. I mean, those, they're a bit, yeah, in your face. I mean, those number 7, just little ones. Oh, that's much better. Then number 8 round that side. Then you got number 9, which is both of them, and then back to nothing. Sun shield, 1, 2, 3, and then back to nothing. Bumper, 1, 2, 3, which I think it's going to probably hit some speed bumps, mind you. All right, carry on. Number 5, that's even worse, though, isn't it? Number 5, number 6, 7, 7, 2. Oh, that's going to grind out, that is so going to grind out some speed bumps, but you go for whichever one you want. And then you got exhaust, so it starts off on the left-hand side, and then all the options are going to be coming over to the right-hand side. So we've got number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back to standard. We then come down to markers. Now these are going to be on the bumper on the corners, yes or no. We then got embellishment rear light. I need to put my teeth in. So that's going to be just above the bumper there. So you've got 3 orange, 3 red, 5 orange, 5 red, or nothing. We then got steering wheel colour. So you can either have a white or black one. You then got rear hubcaps. These are ace. These are brilliant. So 1, 2, 3, and then nothing. We got front hubcaps, and they're they don't match up, but you need to have them both anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then nothing. So if you're going to have some on, at least have some on both. I mean, that looks ace. And then we come down to, actually, we need to turn that off for the next bit. Come down to the capacity. So this is going to be your fuel tank. So the plastic tank is going to hold 80 litres. The round tank is going to hold 100. And then the square tank is going to hold 120. We then come down to the main colour. So we'll go with that. Does your main colour. You then got your hub colour. It's actually the hubs itself. So we'll take those off like that. And see if it's the back and the front. So we'll go with blue. There you are. This is the hubs of the wheels. You then got chassis colour, red or black. You then got rim colours itself. Go with the chrome. Go with the chrome. That looks awesome, must admit. And to go with this, obviously you're going to need a couple of backs. So first up, you've got the bulk carrier 4x2. Now it's got 11,600 price tag on it. You've got the option of configuration, so standard flatbed. You then got a bale trailer, capacity of 1,400, or standard. So we'll come down, we've got design, black, white, or black. So there's those, well, it's like the hooks and that underneath, isn't it? You then got the next one, which is like the bottom stripe. Then the next one is the stripe above it. Then got main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour, so you match up with your vehicle. Design colour is going to be your cover. Then got design colour again, does the bottom bit. Design colour again, we'll go with a red, does those bits. Right, fair enough. So if you don't fancy that and you fancy doing a bit of animal transport, you got this one. So 6 cows, 8 pigs, 6 sheep, and 6 horses. So same options as before. Obviously, it's only going to cost you £5,000, mind you. Same options for the colours as the previous. Now, that truck, I like it. I like old school. Yeah, very nice. Right, and our next mod is the NL series. This is by Massive Modding AJ3D. 20.86 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trucks. Now, obviously, we've got some Volvos out with the premium platinum expansion, and obviously, this is another one to go along with it. So, 211 horsepower engine, 74 mile an hour top speed, 43 grand. You got the option of 6x2 and 6x4, which just changes the actual fifth wheel hitch, mind you, rather than the wheel setup, mind you, but okay. Engine setup, so 211 horsepower, 320, 340, 360, 410, and then back to 211. Front bumper design, so you've got 1, 2, 3, back to 1. Mirrors, 1 or 2, so just black or body colour. Then got radio antenna, left, right, both or nothing. Stickers down the side. Now there is a ton of stickers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different stickers. Or you can have it blank if you want. So decoration lanterns is going to be round by the back. There we are. Yellow, red, green, blue, or nothing. Then you've got decorative lights. So come around here. These are actually on the windscreen. Yellow, red, green, blue, or nothing. Never seen lights in the actual windscreen before, but alright, fair enough. Airfoil, so you've got deflector, airfoil or nothing. Stair light, orange, red, white or nothing. Main colour is obviously going to be your main colour, so we'll go the usual. You then got fenders, we'll go with chrome. Chrome fenders on the back, why not? You then got front grille, so we'll go chrome as well. Oh, yes. Can I stay to that? That's ace. Rim colour is obviously going to be chrome as well. That's great, Chuck. Oh, I like that. And the last mod for the day is the New Holland TK4 series. This is by Pepe978, 22.81 megabyte on the download. You're going to find both of these, because there's two of them, in small tractors. So first off, we've got the series rubber track. 85 horsepower engine, 7 mile an hour top speed, 43.5 grand to buy. Then you've got the option of configuration, standard, 120 kilo front weight, 280, 350 or standard. Engine setup, so 85 horsepower, 99, 107 or back to 85 but with a different colour, so the centenary version. We then got 99 in the centenary colour, and then we've got 107 in the centenary. So you basically got 6 tractors in this one. I mean, you got 3 centenary with 3 different engine options, and then the standard blue one. All right, no problem. Protective arch, yes or no, puts that over the top. Side protections, puts a little bar around the seat. Yeah, fair enough. Now, if you didn't fancy having rubber tracks, you wanted something more, a little bit industrial, well, they've got you covered, because they got the series iron tracks. Same options as before, so you got the same 3 engine outputs, the centenary versions if you wanted to as well, just with iron tracks. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, touch more expensive. 4 grand more expensive to have the iron tracks, but all right, fair enough. I've also got 2 new maps. We've got Alpine Hill. This is by Black Pat Modding, 390.61 megabyte on the download, but you will need to have 16 required mods as well. We've also got Autechi Westerworld. So this is by Kazi, 326.66 megabyte on the download, and that only needs 5 required mods. Got a few updates as well. So we've got the Fent 900 Vario S4 by Alice Agra Ole, the Anthem 6x4 pack by Farmall TV, the Class Carrot Coeco Carrot by Lucas, the OMB Hopper Trailer Pack by Nassif and Eric Isaac and Agro Mods, the Cotti VE8000 by Budderweck Team, the Greenhouse Modular by Castor DS Agri Service, Animal Product Warehouse by The Lort, Wood Pellet Factory by Gwendor, Hall with Cooling Chamber by Farmer 5 Tom, Universal Crusher by Empro Loop, and the Front Shed by The Design Farmer. So that's your mods done for you. Why not go treat yourself and pick up some Andy's Farm merch? Link in the description below. And whilst you're down there, why not hit the join button? Come join us on Andy's Farm. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But from me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.